Are you guys ready for me to be unhinged? Back again, back to back, Maybach, stack the M's. Girl, just stay still. So I'm about to go drop off this stuff at my ex Woody Whoop's house. You can't really call him an ex nothing because it was only a week. He didn't get me pregnant, but I'm gonna get a pregnancy test anyways. I feel like this is such a topic that it's like stigmatized, you know? It's perfectly normal. Everybody has a pregnancy scare at least one time in their college experience, mostly, or 5, but that's okay.
So how did we get here? Hey guys, it's me and welcome back to my channel. I had a time from a span of like February to like May. Honestly, okay, like May, like April. Oh my god, you just fell on my pizza. What is going on? I know, like, if I'm gonna do the same thing, like it's gonna do the same thing, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna fall, but just stress me out. I guess we can start. I have notes. Let's start with why I even got on the dating apps in the first place. And I say dating apps because it actually was not just Tinder. It was Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. Honestly, I was in my senior year of college, and although I had like talked to people in the past and had some experiences, it had been a year since I had let someone have that kind of access to me. I was going on dates with people who were calling themselves my friend. Okay, that's gonna be a podcast episode someday, I promise. But after an entire like year and a half of like healing from that, coming to terms with things that I've done and just trying to be like a better person, I joke, but seriously, like actually work on being a better person. The gag was I was not the one swiping. It was actually Davion. Somebody convinced me. She was like, okay girl, if you're gonna do it, like let's come on. But I did eventually get into the habit of swiping. Let's just put this point out right now. I don't like dating apps. I never have. The fact that I'm even making this video is contradictory to everything I stand for. I do believe that dating apps commodifies dating, and it makes it feel like you're shopping for a partner rather than actually spending the time to get to know someone, because everybody can be replaced to a certain extent, and it's fucked up. Truthfully, that is how I came to feel. And whenever one person would piss me off or get off my hit list, like I would move somebody else up and put more time into them. Something about me is I've never been able to like balance that many people at one time. I still am not, and when I do care for someone, it does require a lot of my time and affection and everything, and 2 things can be true at once. And I was like, you know what, maybe things changed, and I started going on some dates. I will say, if you're looking to like date, you know, I don't think Tinder is the best place to do that. People on Tinder most often like consider dates being in their apartment, or they'll be like, yeah, let's just go to the park, and be like, you want to get out of here? Like what? Like, I'm not saying, let me not speak with my mouth full. Actually, I don't care. I do it all the time. Let me not even say that that was every single person, because it wasn't. However, I do think that Tinder is more a hookup app and Hinge and Bumble are probably more for like dating. Just because somebody is on a dating app does not mean that they want to be in a relationship. And I did want to hook up, and I did want to have that kind of like slow ease back into dating. I was tired of giving serious emotions to people who did not take me serious. At first, I was very apprehensive for like the first like 2 weeks, and then at the time of this clip is pretty much when everything became very unhinged. No pun intended. At this point, I would say roll the clip. Actually, yeah, roll the clip, Simi.
But we're about to go return this stuff to his house. I usually keep it, but I don't have space. Smoking on my X-Pack tonight. Oh, they can't see where we live. Okay, I'll update you guys when I got the test. Hey guys, I'm gonna piss on the stick.
Why am I filming you doing that? I can't believe you sat on the toilet seat.
Oh no, I'm already peeing.
Cold it!
I can't. You didn't even put it in there. I can't wait. Clench. I'm trying.
Cleanse!
So
Oh, I gotta go!
you want to get out? If you want, I don't mind. Are you filming still?
I told you, I didn't get the energy that you're pregnant.
I'm going through my notes app, and you know what I think is funny? My Tinder bio that both me and Davion came up with together. Avid tarot card reader. Fave book of all time, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Unpopular opinion, Luffy is more OP than Naruto. Because we really gamify this. Like, I feel like a lot of girls do actually. Cis girls, I feel like, do this more often to make them feel less used. Who's really getting more out of this? Okay, between the man and the woman, heterosexual situation, who's getting more out of this? I argue that it's almost always the man. And so sometimes we would literally do like a raffle. A lot of the times it would just be us like sitting on the floor. I'd probably have a glass of wine, we probably got pizza. We're just trying to see who we text first. I met with at least like a dozen people. A lot of them I forgot who they are. I'm so sorry. At this point, it's been 10 months. Your bitch has the memory of a fish. Literally, me and my boyfriend, we say this all the time, like 2 fucking fish in a tank. I would say I went on more hangouts than dates, especially with people on Tinder. Like, they don't want anything serious. Some people even say that they do want something serious and that they do want a relationship, and then in person they will tell you something completely different. First of all, you can change your mind. I feel like you definitely should give people at least like basic respect, unless they give you a reason not to respect them. That extent can be different for everybody, and that's completely understandable. I'm obviously not going to give their real name. Let's just say Styles, who the beginning of that video, like taking a pregnancy test, I was really being dramatic. Okay, I didn't need to take the pregnancy test. At this point, Styles was the first person I went on an actual like date with, and we went on 2 dates. And on that day when he came and picked me up, mind you, before we went on that date, we had already had relations with one another. And then he was just like, do you want to go out with me yet, like tomorrow or whatever? And I would just say, like, a rule of thumb is if somebody only asks you on a date after they have sex with you, maybe their heart isn't in the right place. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And if you know me, I like to dress up. When I got ready, I can literally put a picture on the screen. This is what I wore. And when he came to pick me up and got out of his car, he was like, oh, like looking up and down. He was like, oh, you look nice. And then I got in the car, 10 minutes passed of just kind of like silence. And I was like, oh my God, he's really like taken aback. I didn't even get into the fact that Styles literally catfished me. Didn't look anything like his pictures. You could tell his pictures were like 6 months old. He was like, you know, you don't need to dress like that, you know? Like, don't you think that's like a bit like much? Like, we're just gonna be sitting down. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? If you can't handle a bad bitch, don't date one. That didn't even get me. Like, I didn't even stop talking to him after that. Obviously, like, I'm not gonna say obviously, it might not be so obvious to a lot of people, but when you go on dating apps, it is probably 40% attention and validation, maybe even 60%. I would say probably like 30% hookups and 10% maybe I'll get a relationship out of this. I can't tell you how many conversations where people were just being very misogynistic, people were being like extremely sexual, but Styles is the first person that I was like, you know what, like, I'm kind of like, he's kind of cute actually, like, he's kind of dorky. I have mental problems as well, but you know, am I talking about them on the first date? No. Am I trauma dumping on the first date? No. Am I slut shaming on the first date? Absolutely not. You know, but to each their own, I guess. Although I don't recommend ghosting, I am not against it. When somebody disrespects you to so much of an extent and you don't feel like they deserve it, you want an out, and you don't always want to tell them why, because you don't feel like explaining it. It's literally conflict avoidance. I was fully planning on ghosting him, but I didn't. I'm glad I did, because it really got me into the habit of being able to like tell people like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. I only talked to him on the phone after I had already hung out with a different guy. So yeah. And that guy's name was, let's just call them Sam. I think on paper, Sam was the opposite of my type. This guy was a frat boy. I know. I'm so embarrassed. But I really felt that Sam was attractive and, you know, an interesting person once you actually got to talk to them. I thought Sam was very smart and very driven. They were also into like working out and everything. So I was like, oh my God, perfect. When I hung out with him, we did homework together like 2 times that we hung out, and it was really like a motivational thing. Sam invited me to go somewhere else, and on that day Styles asked me to hang out again, and he just became very needy. He has his own problems. I don't know if I'm gonna include everything that I've said in this video. I really urged him to speak to his therapist about it because he actually had one, and I didn't feel like he should have been acting like that towards me. I finally called him and I was like, hey, can we talk? It's just not gonna work. And Styles literally like begged me, he begged me like, no, I'll change and I'll do everything, and my heart kind of like broke a little bit, but I was also getting a little bit pissed off because I felt to my core that you have no right to impose yourself on someone else's life, especially if like someone says, you know, that's it. And after someone literally doing that to me, shocking experience to have. But I came around very quickly, actually, like within months I had came to that conclusion that I did agree. Me and that person were just not meant to be in each other's lives. Not now, probably not ever, and that's okay. And if somebody doesn't want you to be there in their life, you have to unfortunately be okay with that. I feel like when you're not okay with that, it says more about how much you're not okay with yourself. Sam ended up ghosting me. Styles, I got my karma. Don't worry, I got my karma. And I remember being so upset. Like, I thought we really vibed. I was literally so taken aback. That was the first ghost of this series. Sam, thank you. Hope you're doing well, my man. Sam did indeed try to come back into my life at least twice in the last 6 to 8 months, and I did not respond. That was the end of that. Okay, I guess we can fast forward. There was, let's call him Donald, because the guy was a Trump supporter. He was a Trump supporter. He was a Trump supporter, girl. I was not getting that vibe from him at all. Yes, he was white. Matched with him on Tinder. We had a cute little picnic. I brought wine that we didn't even drink. Like, the conversation was awesome. And I have certain questions that I ask people, like, to kind of get a gauge on their political ideals. I'll be like, yeah, like, it just sucks with the system and everything that, like, Black people are so targeted. If I say that I have an ear infection, my nurse is unfortunately gonna make me take a pregnancy test even though I told her I was a lesbian. And he was like, no, I agree. And I was like, oh, perfect. So like, you're like a liberal cowboy. The next day, I'm like talking to Diamion, and she's like, girl, did you even look at his Instagram? Like, did you even look him up? Like, did you read him? And I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? See if he follows Trump or anything like that. And I was like, no way. Like, the way conversations were, like, for sure Skeezy does not like follow Trump, you know? Girl, not only did he follow Trump, he followed Trump's brother, Trump's wife, Trump's kids. Oh. Immediately I texted him. I said, hey, did you know that you follow everybody in Trump's circle? And he's like, yeah. I said, are you a Trump supporter? He's like, yeah. And I was like, it's not gonna work. And he was like,
I'm a nice boy. I'm gonna find someone who likes me for who I am.
all right, you have a nice life. Let's bounce back to Hinge and someone else who I also matched with on Tinder. Let's call him Michael. Seemed very nice, very sweet, never disrespected me, not once, in our like text messages and everything. Seems like he really wanted to like take things slow. I think that's what I want too. Like, I think I do want to take things slow. Mind you, none of this is linear. Like, this is all going on at the same time as other events. This was our first date. Anyways, Simi, roll the clip.
You guys, I don't like my hair, but I don't have time because he's coming. Okay, boy. I'm acting as if I don't have like 5 minutes before he gets here. Where the fuck is my stuff? He's definitely coming. Like, God, he's not here yet. Have a little bit of time. Oh my God, I don't have time for this. He's coming. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay fucking calm. I got it all over my nails. Fuck. I'm coming. I'm just gonna have to do my lipstick in the car. He's so cute. Okay, bye guys.
I was clearly very excited in that clip, and it was like the first person who was like showing me a little bit of respect. The only thing that was really funny that happened between me and Michael is the fact that I was wearing a wig the next time that he had saw me after that, and he was like, did you dye your hair black? And I was like,
what? And then I was like, no, sweetheart, lovely, this is a wig. Started talking to me less. It actually did hurt my feelings, and I pretended like it didn't hurt my feelings for a long time. A long time is in like a couple weeks, but he ended up just saying, I don't actually want a relationship right now. I don't want anything serious. I just came out of something serious. And honestly, props to you, Michael. You're probably the only normal motherfucker that I talked to. So I hope you're doing great. Even though he had changed his mind on me and whatever, I could be upset, but it wasn't very valid. Thanks, Michael, for teaching me that lesson. There was a couple of other people here and there, some honorable mentions. Let's call him whatever, his name Flaco, because he was obsessed with me. I actually would have dated him if he wasn't so, como se dice, like, had so many anger issues. And he was like, well, I like you, and if you like me, then what's the point of talking to anybody else? And I was like, I'm actually not talking to anyone else right now, because I actually was kind of vibing with you, but because you said that, I think I actually might. It was just a big fat ick. I really don't even say that anymore, but it was really icky when he did that, because I thought he was cute, I thought he was fun, I thought he was funny, I thought he was driven and all these things. I thought it was cool that he rode a motorcycle. But Flaco, you just had too big of an ego. Fortunately for me though, because dodged the bullet with that one. And I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. And then he was like, fuck you, bitch. And then honorable mention to Lewis, who is the only person that I'm going to mention. Lewis, sweet soul. From the moment that we started like talking to each other and everything, like in person, it was very clearly the friendship vibe. And his ex called him and he answered. Lewis, you know that was crazy. And I really respect him. I respect him so much. So Lewis, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well, sweetie. Oh shit, wait, the last honorable mention has to go out to, I feel like a bitch, Kara. But I matched with her on Bumble. We went on a date. I realized that she was actually the roommate of Styles. We went to the cat book store. We also went to this like vegan restaurant or like vegetarian place, but again, it was just too weird with everything that had gone down with Styles. I'm just not really feeling that part, you know. I feel like that's very messy, and I'm not in my messy era. Like, I'm just not. So let's fast forward to Jonas.
Come on. And I'm gonna see you again.
I have to film this on 2 devices right now because I literally cannot believe this. What? Why did my hair come out so good? I outdo myself every freaking time, bro.
That caterpillar went to cocoon.
This is the best day of my life. Look at my hair. Yeah, I did it myself.
I'm living sweet, ain't you heard? Because they beat me for fun.
I'm vegan for now.
I wanna get to you. You see me in my room. And my parents going through my shit, but
So I also matched with Jonas on Bumble. The conversation was very easy. Felt like he really got my humor. He was also really good at flirting. That was something that not a lot of these guys are really good at, but you could tell that the like confidence off of Jonas, it was really apparent. I hope you guys can't hear that. Okay, so they're done. St. Patty's Day. I want to go out. I don't really go out on like holidays, really, like ever. And he was offering to buy me a drink, and I was like, perfect. Freaking camera battery is dying. It's like nobody wants me to tell the story. It was easy and not in a friend way. I feel like you already know me kind of way. You will see when I come back and I tell you the rest of the story. You will understand why that's not necessarily a great thing.
Hey guys,
here I am a couple days later. It's literally Sunday and I have a new hairstyle. My hair is brighter and I have a whole entire different makeup look. And fun fact, it's actually like 11 p.m. right now and my boyfriend's waiting for me. Here I am. I gotta finish the video, take off my makeup and go to bed. I was not expecting to click with somebody the way that I clicked with Jonas. It was very refreshing and it was very much what I think we both needed for the time. And we ended up spending the whole weekend together and we ended up going to see a movie, 65, because he looked like Adam Driver in the face a little bit. And then he had to go home. I guess he just didn't believe in it as much as I did. After a month of talking, I asked him like, hey, like, where do you want to go with this? Like, I really like you and I want to try something with you here. He was like, yeah, no, me too. And I was like, do you like me or not? It's such a tricky situation because prior to this moment in time, somebody was telling me their situation and it was like this, then I would immediately tell them, like, if somebody doesn't tell you what they feel about you, then they don't want you. I think usually that notion also means that they don't like you. However, I know that he liked me. I know now that he was really scared to start something serious, especially with somebody who was so far away. I would like beg to like get on the phone with him. He's like, are you free? Are you free? Are you free? And it was always like, oh, I'm with my friends, I'm doing XYZ. Somebody wants to make time for you, they will. There's another person who has reached out to me multiple times and never really went anywhere because at that point I was partying with my boyfriend.
There's actually just a couple things that I want to get straight. Whether or not that I would have gotten with my boyfriend, I still would not have been with Jonas. He actually, you know, had a lot of communication and trust issues, and me personally, I respect myself more than that. It wouldn't have lasted anyways. So yeah.
And I would not do anything to jeopardize that. I think me and my boyfriend were definitely a slow burn. I mean, now I can imagine like life without him. I mean, if you were to like drop off the face of the earth tomorrow, like I would also drop off the face of the earth. But I don't know, man. God's the funniest man I know and the most genuine person I know. He's on the right side about every single issue. He's so compassionate and he's so loving, communicating with me and like opening up and everything, letting me in as things came up, you know. I think it scares people when they meet somebody that is so genuine and like passionate and loving and willing to love and dedicate time and energy to them. It's like, whoa, like, I'm supposed to be lying, like all this stuff. And it's like, no, I'm not lying. And I honestly wish Jonas the best as well. I don't wish everybody the best. I'm not gonna lie. Some of you guys out there are menaces to a society and you're misogynist. You need to confront that misogyny and that misogynoir before seeking any type of companion on any dating app or hookup app. You will get the wrong one day, I swear. Fortunately for me, I got the right one. And it was completely by chance. I met him on graduation. I was like, what's your Instagram? Gave me his Instagram. Literally talked every single day. He ended up moving back up north. So we were literally on two opposite sides of the continent. He visited me. I visited him after he moved back to Florida. And then I visited him again and I didn't want to go. My boyfriend is watching this first because I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. I'm fucking stop. Look what you made me into. Anyways, I'm gonna fix to go to bed with my boyfriend. A couple of takeaways is that when you go onto these dating apps, because inevitably we all do, at the end of the day, it's very good to get out there and to meet people and to date, to just be safe. And if you are in an abusive relationship or in any kind of domestic abuse situation, then I encourage you to check out the resources that I have included down below. I will give it to passing me to end out the video.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, coming along with me along this journey. If you like me, you want to see more of me, then click that subscribe button down below and don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below whether or not you would do this hair color. I will update you guys on my social medias and stuff, so make sure you go follow me on there. It's always at @SimiGreen_ on absolutely everything. And I think that's all I have to say for now, y'all. Wish me a happy birthday and I wish you a great day or night or whenever you're watching this. Okay, I love you. Okay, bye.